Hey.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Well, hey there, folks. Chuck here, and welcome to our first live, official, on purpose edition of the Diecast Breakdown. We are so excited that you're all here. So you're going to get to see us all, foibles and all, as we try to do this live without tripping and completely falling on our faces. So bear with us. But I am joined, as always, by my amazing co-hosts, Mr. David Johns.
What's up, everybody? Good to be here.
And Mr. Mark McCotwheel.
Chua.
Love it. So we are really excited. We got a few folks in the audience today, and yes, we are Handsome Auto Peak Detailing. I hear you have fantastic auto detailing services, by the way. Like,
oh yeah.
If you're in the Washington State area, like you should definitely like hire that person and pay whatever it takes to
it takes.
That. Yeah. I think that's the pricing model there is whatever it takes. But we're going to be talking about all sorts of details today, some about cars large and cars small. But first, I have to ask you gentlemen, as I always do, what is exciting you in the world of diecast this week?
Go ahead, David.
Come on, Chuck. Who goes first? All right.
Yeah.
So I am excited, guys. I see you guys in the chat. I'm excited to be here live with you guys. We got folks checking in from Belgium, all over the U.S. So that's the first thing I'm excited about. We've got a ton of new stuff coming out. Have you guys seen? And I'm talking to all you guys now watching. The Hot Wheels convention dropped some pretty sick RLC pieces that are headed our way. Looks like a blue Ford Bronco. Looks like a Porsche 959. All of them in Spectre Flame. Easy for him to say. Looking good. I'm excited about that. And I don't know if you guys saw the Brazilian classics, the Brazilian cars from the 70s, which are, right in my wheelhouse. They've got a lot of new versions coming out. I'll be grabbing those as well. So you'll see some of those on future episodes as well. So hang around. We will be on top of it. All the new stuff coming out. So glad you are here with us today, this afternoon, or this evening, wherever you're at. So now let's hear what Mark's excited about.
Honestly, I haven't even been paying attention this last week, to be honest with you. Been too busy worrying about D-Dog and getting people jazzed up to give. So I haven't even paid attention to what's coming out.
A good reason to not be paying attention.
Yeah, so trust me, I will be paying more attention soon here once we kind of get some numbers tallied and everything, which we should be doing the next day or two. Kimber is the guru with the website, so she pretty much put it together. She put our detailing site together. She does all that. So I'm like, what? How do I do this? So she does it. She's amazing.
Yeah. I need to submit my tally. I'm working on my cleaning up my workshop, and I finally was able to get down to my bin of cars for D-Dog, and I think I've got about a case. I saw our friend Honest Diecast has 3 cases of diecasts that he is submitting, which is really awesome. They are sealed cases that he is giving, which is super cool.
That's amazing.
And he's giving them to a local shelter or a local
Phoenix
Children's Hospital or something like that. So that's really, really cool. Again, for those who don't know, Mark, let's talk a little bit about that real quick, since this is the news section.
About the Diecast Day of Giving?
About the Diecast Day of Giving. Just kind of a quick overview for anyone who hasn't been following all our posts lately.
Well, so basically got a couple more days here to get your stuff together. I think, about 3 days left here. I think we're going to the 15th to get some cars together. And like I said in my Diecast, my Dotsman Diecast podcast today, you can donate 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars, no matter how many you have. If 100,000 people donate 1 car, it's 100,000 cars. So it doesn't really matter how many you donate. You don't have to feel like you have to have a box or 2 boxes or 3 boxes of 72 count. It's just extra. Anything extra you have, any doubles. I've also talked about all of everybody, including myself, collected doubles of things, and then kind of like was like, why did I do this? I have these cars, I have like doubles or triples. So if you've got extra cars, find a local hospital, a local children's hospital, police station, fire station. There's so many different places. Salvation Army. David likes Samaritan Purse is one of his favorites. And then there's just so many places that can get these cars to kids. Even like I said, police stations or fire departments, because they're going to a call, whether it be a fire or domestic violence or whatever. They can bring some Hot Wheels to hand to these kids that are even at an event like that, which is terrible. So yeah, you guys have a couple more days to get it through. Once you donate whatever you donate, however many cars you donate, you can just go to our website, hotwheelsforhope.org. Yeah, right there. So I got a big fancy sticker here that I just got in the mail here.
Oh man.
Yeah. So this may be going on the side of a race car. Hopefully.
I don't have any visual aids. I feel bad.
Yeah. Well,
we got you covered, Chuck.
Yeah. I didn't come prepared on what's new in the world of diecast, so that's fine.
Okay. This is our first live, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's our first and definitely not the last. So if you guys just get those cars together, let me know how many you donated. You can just email us at hotwheelsforhope@gmail.com, and just let us know how many you donated. If you guys want to send a picture of what you donated, or in front of the place, or with the people that you donated to, that's bonus points. I love that. So if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then don't do that. No big deal. So we're just the goal is 10,000 cars this year. I mean, last year was like about 4,300 cars. So just do your best. If you're a day or two late, I mean, it's not a big deal. I'll still be tallying cars. So let's do it.
Nice. Yeah, I'm getting some comments in here. Bunker Diecast's channel says he's been saving for months, and Dane Self said donated to my church shoebox drive. We'll be sending at least 2,500 shoeboxes with diecast. So that is awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah,
that is
awesome.
Incredible. So I know I've been like Bunker Diecast. I've just kind of been saving throughout the year. I'm a card cracker, so I usually open things up, but I've been trying to be slower about that and confirm that, and anytime I get a double or something that I thought I had or didn't have, or if I'm picking up several, I'll grab a few extras, and I've been tossing them in a bin throughout the year, and I've got about 75, 80 cars at this point. But yeah, it doesn't really matter the number. Just like we're trying to get the word out, the more people that are doing this, even if you're doing 1 or 2 cars, like Mark said, 1,000 people giving 1 car is 1,000 cars. If we can get 10,000 people, that's 10,000 cars. So thank you everyone for sharing. So
yeah, and
thank
you for being here. Let's shout out some of the people that showed up.
Yeah,
today.
we got our channel member HHW247. Thank you so much for being here.
Yep.
Tony is here. Tony is at a lot of our premieres. I really appreciate it. Rudy, of course, and we got Rapid in the house. You got
all the way from Rapid. Are you in Manchester? Yuck.
Jolly old England.
He's not in Manchester, and
he is not in Manchester.
That'll get him riled up or wound up, as he says.
Yes. Keep superaying, I believe he always says.
Pia?
Pia's in the house.
Yeah, we got Pia.
In the house?
Who's just down the road from me. So
glad you guys took time out this afternoon. It's really, really awesome.
Got Dub World VW Adventures. Thanks for being here. So I believe I met them at the Herbie event, so that's exciting.
That's cool.
So,
hey,
thank you so much, HHW247. You guys are the best. Aw, shucks. So he's one of our supporters. We really appreciate that. We'll be getting more into details about the show in a little bit, but while we're still doing the news, I just wanted to do my news segments and say I was excited to see that the I know it's a little bit of a stylized one, but the fleet side is coming back to the RLC, the original Sweet 16 car. That's one that I've been trying to pick up just because I like El Caminos, and it's a fun one. So it's nice to see that one coming back. I'm still holding out for that Dodge Tradesman van that Brendan Vituski designed. Excited about that. I saw that they got a Nissan Patrol coming out in the main lines. Hot Wheels does in 2023. That's exciting. There's a RS 2000 Ford Escort that's coming out next year that looks it reminds me of the old Matchbox RS 2000, but it looks like it'll be a little bit better, more accurate tooling, so that's very exciting as well. And of course, Greenlight's got their VW thing coming out this month, which is a very cool thing. And I did just pick up my first in this month. I went from having no Kaido house to 2 Kaido houses, and they're around here somewhere.
Chuck.
Yeah,
I know. I feel like a Datsun man. I was
good job.
Yeah.
I was a Datsun boy, and now I'm a Datsun man. Actually,
Hey, can we
You're
shout out
Datsun
Chuck's
boy.
plaid pants?
this one just showed up.
Heyo.
Hello, Paul.
Look at that. That
Oh.
smooth boxing action there.
This
Oh,
is what
yeah,
you
the
get
way
when
that
you
those
show up
things
for the
sound.
live, folks.
Yep. This thing is absolutely stunning. We lost Mark. Come back to us, Mark. But yeah, I didn't realize when I got this that it has this really cool burnished finish on the bottom of it. And that is just super cool.
Yeah,
Let's see if I can get the light to catch that. Oh,
All right,
Mark is in the lobby. Should we let him in, it says. We'll let Mark back in. Why not? So yeah, this is my first Kaido house. It's the BRE station wagon. Great way to enter it. And I got the red sedan of theirs as well. So I've got Bluebird fever.
Hey, since we just saw that wagon, Chuck, I think it'd be a good time to mention that a former guest on the show absolutely killed a Datsun wagon custom. Yogi, Jakarta
Yes.
Diecast,
Oh,
just released
yeah.
a video. You guys need to go check it out. You've probably all seen it already.
Yes,
Mark
you might have
actually
heard of
sent-
him.
Mark sent the decals for that, so that's really cool to see the connection
Yeah.
from here to Jakarta.
I mean, I basically did it. What I mean,
Yeah,
that-
it's basically that, and I'm going to take credit for it as
Yeah.
the host of the show that brought us all together. But so yeah, I'm gonna ride the coattails of Mark's coattail riding. But, yeah,
I'm
that's
humble,
very
so I'm
exciting.
not going to take any credit for it.
yeah, you
That-
are
that
very
is
humble,
David. Humble is David's middle name. He has it in neon lights over his head.
That's
You
right.
big humble pie. Humble pie.
So, all right. Well, that's what's exciting us in the world of Diecast. Let us know what's exciting you. Those of you in the live stream will give a shout out to what you're talking about and what's exciting you. I know.
Throw some stuff out there.
I know. Rapid recently got a few jukes that he was happy with. So, good for him. So, all right. Well, that was the news section. We just kind of, at this point, wanted to tell you a little bit about what's going on in our world. I know things have been a little sporadic for us recently. We do have some really great guests coming up. We got Rob from Matchbox Garage is going to be our next show. That will be out this weekend. Come heck or high water, I'm going to finish editing that one. We are in the process of trying to find a solution for editing the show better. We talked with a few folks. I was talking with Matchbox Man about working with us, and I want him to be a more of a presence on the show because he's a really talented kid, and I want to encourage that. But I think we're still looking for some help when it comes to getting things edited, and we're looking for more people who would want to be involved in this project. I would like to think there's more than 3 of us that are crazy enough to do this for free. So, but we'll see. So if you've got any ideas or if you want to help with producing the show in any way, please let me know. I am doing the best I can with my time. As some of you know, I've had some personal difficulties lately, and I appreciate everyone who has kept me in their thoughts and prayers. It's been very humbling and ultimately, I think, a good thing. But you know, as you see, I've moved around a bit a few times in the last couple months, and we're still sorting a lot of things out. But and with a kid on the way in December, I am looking for some help there. And you know,
Yeah.
so if anybody out there wants to donate some time and they got some editing chops, or they want to bring some, we got some focus issues there, David.
Yeah,
There you
there
go.
we go.
I thought he just needed a shave. It was just the camera getting fuzzy. So, anyway, but
That's
yeah.
us, Chuck.
So let us know. Hit us up at diecastbreakdown@gmail.com. And if you want to help keep things going, we would love to talk to you. Um,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Mark is the person with some big, exciting news in his world. And it has a little bit to do with that auto peak detailing comment that we saw early on. So, Mark, you want to tell us a bit about what's going on in your world? Because you've been really busy lately.
Yeah, it's a good busy though. It's finally starting to like normalize quite a bit because you know we were selling our house and moving, and there's some struggles there, and you know working out of our garage and no space. So now we've got 5 acres and we've got a huge shop, and we've got. I quit my job of 9 years at Lexus, so I have a lot of free time, a lot of space. So it's bizarre not getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning to commute an hour and a half into work. It's a beautiful thing just to like commute from my house over to the shop and work on cars all day, just make cars pretty. So it's going really well. Busy, and I've got a Datsun Z, as some of you have seen, up on the lift in the
He's such a
shop,
cool
and
Z.
yeah, I'm really excited to start shooting a video for that. For anyone that wants to watch that, they can, subscribe and hit the bell button on my Auto Peak Detailing uh, YouTube, which is it's starting out slow, starting out small, like we all do, and trying to build that channel up. The frustration of building a YouTube channel is real. You start out with one subscriber, and then you just have to inch your way to get some momentum and just keep posting videos, even though it's tough sometimes. Some of the ones you put the most effort into get the least amount of views, and some of the ones that you put the least amount of effort into blow up like a short, and then you're like, I put no effort into that. Why is that one blowing up? I want people to see this other video. So yeah, things are going really well, and things are normalizing to where I can focus more on this show, and maybe posting some more stuff on Dotsman Diecast, and then focus on the detailing channel and everything as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's going really well. We got a cat. We have a kitten. His name is Boba, and he's a little. We think he's a Bengal. We got him from the shelter, and he's a nutcase. So he's really a cute cat though. So I'll post a picture up on my feed for Dotsman Diecast, and you guys can all see the new cat that we have. It's
Mm-hmm.
our first child. So
Oh, congratulations.
that's what's going
That's a
on in
big,
my world right now.
that's huge.
David, what you been
Yeah.
up to?
What have I been up to? Guys, I just went up to the Lane Motor Museum in Nashville, Tennessee. If you don't know,
Mm-hmm.
they are the only licensed Tamika Limited Vintage retailer in the United States. The guy
Oh, wow.
who stocks that gift shop in Nashville, he lived in Tokyo for a little while, made some friends at Tamika, and goes over there several times a year. If you're anywhere within driving range of Nashville, Tennessee, and unfortunately for my wallet, I am, you gotta go. It's Tamika Limited Vintage, which, if you don't know that name, it is it's the highbrow diecast
Mm-hmm.
out there for 164 at almost the same cost in Tokyo. It is ridiculous, and that is a lot less than collectors here in the States pay. There's, you don't have the shipping, of course, but
Yeah.
he's a fair guy. So that's what I've been up to.
Oh, yeah,
I have
that
been
would
out
be-
hunting.
Yeah.
It's a good place to take a detour if you're on a trip. I think that's about it. I am so excited about Diecast Day of Giving. That's like Mark said earlier, Chuck. That's what I've been trying to focus
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
We've got responses from all over, people participating. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's very exciting, and thank you everybody who has joined in and pitched in. It's been really awesome seeing some real big names in the diecast community joining in and getting the word out. At the very least, that's been super cool. Champion DJK saying that he was giving. He was a great guest on the show. We loved having him on, and he is a really nice dude. And like I said earlier, honest diecasts, chipping in a big way, and get some other folks that have been
Mustang
folks in the
Hunter,
comments.
Jason.
Yeah, Mustang Hunter. Yeah,
He's really going for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, he's going big.
He's
there.
got he actually branded his car with it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
He got tattooed, just about.
Yeah.
So but yeah, that's really cool. I went to a I haven't done a lot of hunting lately because I've been with my personal stuff, but as you can see, I'm in a new location. It's actually my old location, just we're completely redoing it in a different way. So there will probably be some updates on that on this channel if I hopefully get to future builds. I posted my recent build with Ben over at BP Diecast Creations and Andrew over at Maple Leaf Customs. Both wonderful
amazing
people, and I realized that's the first build I've done in over a year. Like the stuff, like I've been periodically posting videos, but all of those cars were built over a year ago. And so, I know I kind of fell off the face of the earth for a bunch of projects, and I feel really bad about that. There's some folks that I kind of left hanging, and I apologize. It's just life has happened, and I appreciate everyone who's been so patient with me on that. But slowly, I would like to get back to earning the title of the builder on the show again. But we're just trying to figure out ways to be, and we've talked about this on the show lots of times. The finding balance, the realizing when a collection becomes an obsession, and that's been a very hard thing for me, a lot harder than I would have liked to admit. And had some hard reality checks lately about that, and it's been it's wonderful, the community that we have, and it's a wonderful hobby, but it is very easy for someone like me with my tendencies to sometimes overextend myself on some of that, or lose focus of what's really important, and I'm working on that right now. And oh, hey, Andrew's here, so thank you, Andrew. That's really awesome. So yeah, they both did really awesome stuff. Andrew is such a wonderful person with his generosity. He gives away every custom he does, and if you haven't checked out his channel, you absolutely must. Maple Leaf Customs is fantastic. Ben does incredible fabrication work. He's over there in Japan doing amazing stuff, and so it was an honor to work with them, and I'm sorry mine was late, guys, but they understood. So, yeah, hey, Gary's here. So,
That's my cousin. Gary
Awesome.
and I are both from Louisiana, so we are
Nice.
cousins.
Yeah, pretty much everyone from Louisiana is, I imagine. That's a tight-knit group. But that's a very...
Wait a minute. A lot of relatives.
Can I share a little bit?
Sure.
Some really cool stuff that I got. I got a box today. It's so ironic. 3 hours before we go live, talking about Diecast Day of Giving, I got a box from a friend of the show, Paul Spar. He lives in Germany. Some of you know him as Sparky by his comments. So how about some kids in the U.S. are going to get, for their donation, some Siku from Germany.
Wow.
So check out this tractor Paul sent. If you don't mind, I've got 5. I would just like to rip through them real quick. Look at this really cool Lotus Elise. I wanted to give these a little bit of time and give Paul the shout out that he deserves for shipping these all the way from Europe. And they are super cool. How about a McLaren Senna? I hope that kid knows how cool this car is. Seikoos are so neat, guys. I don't know if you've ever seen the packaging.
Yeah,
you
they're
can take
really
these
nice.
little tabs
Mm-hmm.
and just
You
slide
can
them.
Slide them
in
off,
and
slide
out.
them back on.
Yeah.
Put them back in.
Yeah, just like that, and wrap it just like Mark did right then. Here another tractor. Last one we'll look at.
The tractors are sweet.
What is an Apollo IE? I've heard of it. I just don't know what an Apollo. Where is that from?
It's a hypercar. I don't know what part of the world it's from, but
For a second,
It's
I thought
got-
it was like the Ariel Atom, but that's a different thing.
I think it's got
there's
gold
there's a
doors.
there's a hypercar in Washington. I need to figure out what the name is, but it's breaking world records, and it's just a
Check this out,
company.
guys.
It's a small
There's
company.
the rally fighters based out of Tennessee. Oh, that's awesome! Look at that.
Yeah, that's really cool with the doors. They pulled that off better than Tamika Limited Vintage did their Countach doors. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. So Paul,
Strong
you
words.
You are an all right fella for sending these kids some Siku.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Donkashay.
Dankeschön
Alright.
indeed. So very cool.
And guys, he also sent, on top of these, he sent 60 main lines, and they're on short cards, so he fit them. It fit nicely into a box. But Paul sent 8 pounds of diecast for the Diecast Day of Giving on his tab or on his bill, shipping 8 pounds to the U.S. And that, you don't have to. Don't get us wrong. You don't have to ship them. You donate them locally, but he wanted to ship them here and let me donate them. So just another example of one of you viewers really answering the bell and helping some kids have an awesome holiday.
Mhm.
So,
And Rico
had to
Bobe
share
is
that.
Rico Bobe is saying that the Apollo is a German supercar. So thank you.
Well, that makes
Rico.
sense. Yeah, thank you, Rico. That is
Yeah. If
On
it were a
money.
Spanish supercar, it would be called a chicken.
El Pollo.
It'd be a pollo.
Chicken or pollo?
Got it. All right. Well, that's cool. So, yeah. I don't know what you guys want to do next. At some point, I'm going to test you guys on some geography. I'm just letting you
Yeah,
know
I'm
now,
down
so
for
you
that.
might want to prepare yourself. And we
You're
can
gonna
get some help.
humiliate us on camera.
It sounds like that's what we need to do right now. I hope.
What could go wrong?
I hope you viewers are ready. Let's see how little geography Chuck and Mark know. And I've got the answers already. So I have printed off maps of countries, guys, from confirmed Diecast Day of Giving contributors. So I'm going to give you an outline of the country. First one's a softball, by the way. And you have to tell me what country it is, and then I'll tell you the Diecast Day of Giving giver and a channel if they have it. All right?
Okay.
So, I don't know if we're going to have a race or anything like that.
Hands on
Just shout it
buzzers.
out when you know it. First one. This is the country.
That would be Australia.
Yeah.
That is good on you, mate, for that. This is because of our buddy Feck's death in Australia. He sent me an email. He's going to be collecting his and donate them locally. Feck's death in Australia. A lot of you guys know his channel. He does our favorite Mystery Box Monday, where he has gone hunting and found a lot of stuff locally,
Oh.
and we get to see cars ahead.
I'm being corrected. Local Motors is in Chandler, Arizona, not in Texas,
All
but they do have offices in Tennessee. So thank you, OTD, for
Okay,
correcting
now
me
there's
there.
somebody in the comments who's not allowed to guess on this one, and there might be a slight delay. Here is country number 2.
Is that Russia? Is that Russia? No.
New Zealand.
Not
No.
New Zealand?
No, it's not New Zealand. I'm just messing with Christian
you
here.
got 5 seconds. and then we might
Trick question. It's not a country. It's just a ketchup stain that you traced.
That is the boundaries for Trussville, Alabama. No, that is a country. This is a country. No trick questions. All right, so we'll let the chat catch up and see if anybody wants to hazard a guess.
Luxembourg.
Man, geography is not my forte, so
You're close. Pia says Greenland.
It's
Andrew
not
says smaller
Greenland.
than Russia. He would know. It is Switzerland.
Ah,
So shout out to
Switzerland,
Andrew,
Andrew.
Maple Leaf Customs.
shows what I know.
For being a participant.
I would have not done well on Carmen San Diego.
This next one's gonna get you. Not that one didn't. All right. Country number 3. This is not sideways. This is how it
Germany.
looks on the map.
Yep, that's Germany. Yeah, Mark got it, I think.
How'd you
It's
get
German.
that,
Kimber
Mark?
got it because she was shouting from the other room. There's like a delay or something.
It is Germany, and that goes. That is a nod to Paul Spar because of the box I got today. Last one. I'm really going to be impressed if anybody gets this one.
It looks like a dead praying mantis or something. It's like
Yeah.
laying on its back.
Might be.
It's like somebody
hint.
hit Australia with a truck, and
Yeah.
pieces are all just
It's like
spread.
fossils.
Is that Indonesia?
Is it Indonesia?
I would say that
Indonesia
Chuck's
final answer?
right. I would say that
Good
Chuck's
job.
right.
Chuck is correct. Our buddy
Woo!
Kibbo posted a video.
Hey, Kibbo!
and He is going to be donating for Diecast Day of Giving, so it's a worldwide event, guys. We're making this happen, and no, we're not taking credit for it. You guys are doing all the work. You are responding to what we hope this
Group
would be,
event.
and that's just our community giving back. And look at the areas on the globe that we just hit, guys. Europe, Australia, Southeast Asia. We know the U.S. is covered. Switzerland. I mean, just incredible to see it. I'm so happy.
Yeah, we need a few Canadians. So Maple Leaf, you gotta shake some Canadians up in there. I'm sure there
I know
are
we got
some.
we
Rattle
got
some
some
cages.
Canadians in the chat right now. Pia says he likes this game. We'll have to, maybe we'll do a
Yes.
final round when we get the final tally from Mark
Mhm.
Yeah.
of where all they come
Make us look
from.
bad at geography some more.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of coming up with the game is that I don't have to reveal the ones
You don't
that I
have to
didn't know.
like.
Yeah, maybe we'll
So-
do.
We should do like a diecast, like just like an outline of a car and be like, name the casting.
You know, there's a guy on Twitter that does that. Name this blob, and he cuts the picture. He cuts the car out of a picture, so you have to guess it from the shape of the car.
Oh,
Guess this
interesting.
blob.
I was just watching that that dude that was on Australia's Got Talent that does the car noises with his mouth. It's pretty awesome.
I
It's
haven't seen that guy yet.
Oh yeah, you gotta check this out. Like if you just Google Australia's Got Talent car noises, like this guy does he does like a Formula One car, he does a dragster, he does all kinds of it's really funny. So I guess you got a lot of time on your hands down in Australia or on your mouth
We got
anyway.
we got some more. We got some more folks that are finding their
Yeah.
way to the stream, guys. We got Eddie, the Godfather.
Godfather.
Eddie, are
You
you
got
in
Dave-
South
got
Carolina?
David one, aka
Yeah,
Danny
David
Taylor.
number one, the original, Danny Taylor. If
out.
we miss you, our apologies. We're trying to shout out everybody in here.
Podcast.
Um,
Edward.
Gabe, HH, and Gabe, where are you? Where are you located? Just put that in the chat so we'll know. I'm always curious about that. I love how this is, all around the
I
globe.
believe he just met Mike Zarnock at the. I think he was just at the.
I saw
the
that, yeah.
convention.
Yeah,
I
there
saw
were all
that.
sorts of cool people at this
Chris
convention.
Walker and
Chris and Fireball was there, and I was like, "Hey, Rat Black's here! Hey, Rat Black!" So yeah, we're gonna
Fireball
be
was-
at the. I think we've talked about this before, but we're gonna be at the Diecast SuperCon in Las Vegas in March next year. And gentlemen, I think after seeing the crowd at the Hot Wheels one, I need to put that one on my list for next year as well.
I think we got
Yeah,
booked, but
it
I
looks
think you
pretty
got to
cool.
register early for that one.
Yeah, so I need to figure that one out. How we could get our butts over there. But
Paco's
Yeah.
here from North Carolina.
Paco.
So North Carolina is a pretty strong representation in the diecast community. We got Pete, Old Man Diecast, and Rico.
Yep.
So that's really cool to see.
You got Dane Self. I don't know if you guys noticed he's in there. I need to give Dane Self a shout out. Every single podcast that I've pretty much ever done, he's commented on. So I know he's an encourager. So
yep,
it's
I'm
always
pretty
encouraging me to.
same
Makes me
here.
keep going.
You know.
I'm
So
pretty
thank
sure
you,
Dane's
Dane.
in
We
Alabama.
appreciate your
Thank you, Dane.
consistency. Yeah, Dane and Tony, pretty much every show we do, and Rudy.
Yeah, Tony as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tony.
And the Juke Master himself.
Oh yeah,
I
he's
don't know if he's still
everywhere.
here.
He's everywhere.
He is everywhere.
Rapid is everywhere.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys, we need you in the comments to throw some stuff out. This is your chance, and we're gonna have more of these, but we would love to have some actual interaction and conversation. We want to talk about what you want to talk about. We're here, literally, by the seat of our
Oh.
pants.
Diecast Life and
spitballing.
Death has an interesting question, an ethical question. This is like the trolley problem. No, it's not. It's not like the trolley problem at all. But I like the trolley problem. So he has to. Diecast Life and Death says. So I have to ask: is it bad that I'm keeping the 4 super treasure hunts from the 6 cases I'm donating? I replaced the casting with the main line, and
No.
I say no.
That's what I did, David. I took him out, and I was upfront on the video, and you don't even have to do that. You're donating what you donate. So
I am. Excuse me. I am throwing some Xamax in mine because I was blessed recently by coming across a treasure trove of Xamax, and I'm throwing those in there, hoping that there's some kids that know what those are and will recognize them. I don't really consider those like super rare necessarily, but they are a Walmart exclusive, so they're a little rare. It depends on where in the country you are, but for some reason, our local Walmart had just gotten a ton of Xamax. Like it was like I left some on the shelf and I took like a dozen, and I will be some of those are going to some folks who have asked me to pick them up for them, and some are going to the Hot Wheels for Hope project, and I'm keeping a few of them because I got that VW Beetles Xamax that I really liked. That Baja Beetle of theirs is really cool. But yeah, again, Hot Wheels for Hope, the number 4, Hope. Not the word for, or the other word for, or the other word for, but the number 4.
wherefore?
Yeah, that's what that Australia guy does. Is he makes the
All kinds of different
sounds
noises
that.
like R35.
So yeah, that is an interesting moral dilemma that you've provided. I guess I've been because, but yeah, I don't think that's a problem. I think the super treasure hunt is an obscure enough thing that the odds of it being to a kid who even knew what they got would be, and you're, nobody's making you give blindly. Like I'm selecting cars. Excuse me. So
Hey,
I think
Rat Black
think-
wants to know if we're going to worry about Walmart also.
sleep easy. Are we going to worry about Walmart?
The financial state of Walmart. No, I think the Waltons they'll be fine. Rat Black, you can sleep easy tonight.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I think
I
they're
think
doing just
Sam's
fine.
kids are doing just fine.
What I'm curious for the chat, what cars that were revealed
I'll
at the
save
Hot
a
Wheels
few for you,
convention?
Pia.
What cars at the convention really got your eye? RLC or I even saw, is that a Hot Wheels mainline that's going to be a truck with the bed that is dancing?
Oh yeah,
Did y'all see
that was the Datsun 720 that Walker was showing off. That one's got to be an RLC. There's no way that's going to be a mainline. But it was a 3D printed prototype. Um,
Yeah,
oh
I
man,
did see that.
Diecast Life and Dust says 2 cases got stolen from his front porch. That's terrible. Yeah, Rico, that Tradesman van, I am so excited about. I cannot wait for that one to come out.
Some kids.
David at Auto Figment in Canada, he likes that 959 RLC, and I gotta say, it looks pretty good in red.
It does. I like the opening trunk on it. I know you and I disagree on opening parts, but I like it.
Come fight me.
Fight me. Yeah, Chuck just
What
wants to
about,
know if it crashes and breaks into pieces and if you can put it back together.
I was
likes
so
the Integra.
excited that I finally was able to work a crack up into a build. That was that was really the best part of that thing was. And what's funny is Jim Silva's doing one of the same crack up, and he was like, "I'm afraid to take this apart. I don't know what's going to happen." And I was like, "You're going to be fine. There's one spring in there. It's like permanently attached. It's a super simple operation." So I was actually able to help Jim Silva out, which is crazy because Jim Silva is probably one of the most accomplished technical builders out there as far as, he has done so many builds. So how about that Braille car, by the way? Has everybody seen the Braille twin mill?
I have not seen that.
No.
So Hot Wheels is releasing their first Braille car. It'll actually have Braille on the blister pack to identify it, and there's Braille on the car on the side of the car itself, which is pretty cool.
What's
Cool.
OTD talking about? I have not heard of an NSX that lights up. Is that a real thing? That's going to be super cool.
Well, the
I
real
don't know how I
MSX
missed
lights
that.
up.
It's a Ryu tribute,
Are we-
apparently. NSX, it lights up. And Pio's talking about it too. We'll have to
Yeah.
check that out. So
A
David,
DC2 Integra and a Lancer Evo. That's cool.
David number one is speaking some truth. RLC Jaguar, excuse me, in British Racing Green Spectra Flame. That is going to look pretty good.
Oh, what was that company? I sent you the Jaguar XJ6 that's coming
Yeah,
out.
that's
in
going to be a
160.
NO64. and
Inno
it's going
64,
to be
yeah, that one's really cool.
amazing. Mangusta in green. I did
Yeah.
see that. De Tomaso. They're going to do
Yeah, that'd be
a
nice.
new Mangusta. Monster trucks.
And-
How do you guys feel about monster trucks?
I'm not a monster truck guy.
I'm not either, but I will say this: it is the one short that I've put on YouTube that actually kind of went viral. So
The monster truck crowd is a surprisingly dedicated one. Like they are a engaged bunch. I am discovering that's one of those weird little niches of diecast that are very involved, kind of like the DLC promo guys that collect the semi trucks that are like crazy expensive. So,
Oh, yeah.
I did
Ben's
see-
in the house.
I did see also 64 Para is another kind of Paragon models. They've got a Land Cruiser coming out in 164 that looks pretty cool, a vintage Toyota Land Cruiser.
That's cool.
That's exciting. But yeah, I keep coming back to the Green Lights VW thing that they got coming out. Looks really cool.
Yeah,
And they've got one that's called the Acapulco thing that's got like kind of that beach buggy canvas top on it. It's really cool. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I really want to get my hands on one of those South American Chevy wagons that you just picked up. That one was really cool. We talked about it on a previous episode. What was that one called again?
I got it's BR Classics, and that one was an Opala. So I've got the whole set on the way. Pia just sent me a text. And you know what, Pia? I'm gonna show this Joker live. So check this out, guys.
Oh boy.
It lights up.
Oh, was it the NSX?
Can you believe that's a mass-produced vehicle? That's really cool. Thank you, Pia, for that.
That's really cool. Thanks, Pia.
There's another one I want to bring your attention to. There is a Aston Martin Zagato, a very woefully underrepresented classic 60s roadster. That's going to come out from a company called My 64. It's a resin model, and it looks flawless. If you know resin models, you know that they are incredibly detailed. It'll probably be, $75. But that's a really cool car. Hot Wheels did one, and it's hard to find. It's a really neat European, British roadster from that era. We got some more Canadians joining the fray. We got Bog at Red Room Diecast jumping in saying hi.
Hey, Bog.
Red Room.
Oh, how about that Jay Leno set? That's exciting.
I found 3 of those. I kind of got a thing now. If I don't find the whole set, I'm not going to pick any of them up, which is weird. But
you got to pick them all up at once.
I do. I want to get them, review them, and then give them away, so I don't feel like I have to chase them down. But of course,
open them up and give them away.
The Countach and that crazy silver or chrome car.
The tank car. Yeah.
I don't know what do you know what that car is, or a little bit about it?
It was a custom made thing. I think it was made custom for Jay. Like that's a one of one. Like that's a real car of his. I think it's like a V16 or something like that. Somebody in the comments will correct me on that.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that Yenko Stinger Corvair, the 66 Corvair. That's very cool. But yeah, I want that Countach as well. That's a very I love the Countach without the spoiler and without all like the very early 5000 QVs. Like those are really cool.
My son just picked up one of those to make a limited vintage.
I bet that's beautiful.
It is beautiful. No way, dude, huh? Juan, is that right? Did I remember your name right? My apologies, but welcome to the stream. So good to have you here. Yeah, Eddie likes that Yenko Stinger too.
Yeah, I did pick up I did find the Rain Man 1949 Buick Roadmaster at Walmart recently. That was an exciting find. And I did get this one. This is the from the Greenlight Norman Rockwell series. It's a 62 Dodge swept line. And I love this paint job. Very patriotic. But I also just love the little details of it. The way they used kind of almost like a hugger orange instead of a red. And the wheels are yellow instead of... it just like the tones of it are so nice. Like this is an absolutely gorgeous casting anyway. And my friend Ben helped them design it. So my friend Ben here in Gainesville, who runs the Sweepline forums, when they were doing their truck, they started with, I think the 66 was the first one that they did, and he has the 64. So he sent them photos of the underside of his truck to get the details of the chassis right and stuff like that. So little bits of Ben's truck are actually part of the design. So that's really cool. He's going to be a future guest on the show. We'll meet him. He's got a very cool, super rare Dodge truck. Less than 50 of them were made over the course of 3 years. They were trucks with a 426 street wedge in them. They are rarer than any Dodge Charger Daytona or Superbird or any of those kind of things. It's just a wild package that nobody knows about. Very strange story, and something that his dad bought brand new from the factory. And
well,
yeah.
Speaking of Ben's, you got a question from Ben over in Japan. Hey Chuck, have you ever molded and cast die-cast bodies in plastic for customs?
Good question. I have done silicone casting for parts. I have not done them for an actual body itself. I did actually recently pick up a it's not shrink molding, but a vacuum former. I got a small vacuum form, and I haven't had a chance to set it up yet. That's part of this whole process that's behind me here. But I am setting up a station where that will live, along with getting my 3D printers back up and running. But yeah, I want to do some castings, especially of the don't tell Brendan this, but I want to take those crushed cars that he did for the Monster Truck series and see if I can mass reproduce those to create like stacks of cars. Because I love you, Brendan, but the only way to get them is to buy a monster truck and or the 5-pack to get the Olds Cutlass version, and that's kind of pricey to get. Despite that, I still have like 20 of them, but yeah, I'm looking at a more efficient way to do stacks of junk cars. So that I think would be an easy way to do that with. But resin and silicone molding, it's definitely something that I enjoy doing. It's something I want to do more of. I just haven't had the space, and I'm working on creating a space where I can do some of the more in-depth parts of fabrication. Oh, we lost Mark again.
So will that vacuum forming, will that allow you to make your own glass pieces? Or,
Yes.
windshields. So you don't
So
have to
the
have
trick is like it's not quite as simple as that. Like you kind of have to make like a buck from the original piece, and so what I would do is I would probably make like a silicone mold of the inside of the windshield, and then put that under the vacuum former, because if I do a vacuum form of the glass, it'll be slightly bigger than the actual glass, because of stacking and geometry and stuff. But yeah, it's not quite as simple as just like copying.
Yeah.
If I was to have pieces fit together, like if I was to do something like to copy a car, it would be relatively easy to do. But if it had to like interlock with something else, that it's a little trickier. But it's something that I've seen done. I think Jim Silva has is another channel where I've seen it done before. Paul Restorer is a really cool channel, Polish builder. He does a lot of recasting and stuff like that. He does a ton of silicone casting.
He does everything, doesn't he?
Yeah,
makes
he
tires.
does like incredible, like recreates the boxes and everything, so it looks 100% factory fresh, which is incredible. Have the like one of the beauties of my custom work is that I'm not going to make it look like an exact thing. Like I've tried doing that with a few cars, and sometimes that's a fun challenge, but for me, it's the pressure is too high to get it exactly like the way something was originally meant to be. So
All right. So
anyway.
Dub World is question. Let's go to Mark first. How many cars in your collection?
I don't know. I have never counted my cars ever. I would guesstimate it probably used to be a couple thousand, but now it's probably down to maybe 1,000 or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to get down to a couple hundred, honestly. Just basically just my favorite cars, and then Datsun 510s. Get all the 510s, but yeah, I've definitely stopped collecting mainlines. I haven't picked one up in close to a year, probably. I don't know. I go to the store, I see stuff that I like, but I don't. If I don't have to have it, I don't grab it, unless it's for donating to charity, or just stockpiling for somebody else. So, and it feels good to look at diecast and leave them alone, walk out of the store without buying any. There's something special about that feeling, willpower.
Yeah.
Right, Charles.
I get that. For me, that's a tough one. I would guess I'm definitely in the thousands at this point, and to my own detriment. Like I was just like realizing if I were to build like a car a week, I would basically have like a century worth of cars to build. So I have to. I've been more strategic in my stuff recently. I am definitely trying to get rid of duplicates and to have. I am fortunate because I have kids who have friends that I've been able to pass off the open cars to some of the friends. So I have a bin of cars that I have duplicates of that, when they come over, I just say, hey, reach in and grab a car. And they love that because that's a little treasure hunt for them. And I feel good about it. And yeah. Pia is saying that he needs to learn 3D printing. Yes, you do. It's a lot of fun. It is it's fun and frustrating, but once you master it, and you have to give yourself the patience to to fail a lot at first, but once you get past it, is so cool what you can do. And I highly recommend going the resin route instead of the filament route, which is those are the big gantry type printers. The resin ones like Elegoo and any, those are the only two brands that I would say to buy from. And just because that's those are the most well known, and both of those, everything is very well documented on. There's very good user communities for them. There's even cool things like open sourced spreadsheets that have things like, okay, well, using this type of printing resin with this printer at this temperature and this level of humidity, these are the settings that I use that work best for me. So, because that's I think the part that really frustrates people about 3D printing is it is not an exact science. It's all about a lot about fine tuning stuff, and Christian will back me up on this too, because he does some really great 3D printing. But it took him a while to dial it in, and me as well. Hey, we got looks like Casey's here. Hey, so Australia in the house.
That's KC right there, Tasmania.
There he is,
folks.
So
good to have
but,
you here, Casey.
yeah, it's I think there's never been a better time to get into 3D printing. The cost is pretty low at this point. I think you can get into resin printing for less than $300 at this point, and it'll pay for itself in the amount of detail parts that you can get. There's a lot of great resources out there on Thingiverse, especially if you're a Gaslands builder. It's a must for a Gaslands builder. Because there is so much free Gaslands material out there, and very easy to download, and very easy to print stuff. So, hey, thanks for being here, Ben. Take care.
See you, Pia.
Hey, Ben. See ya.
Bye, Pia.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're coming up on an hour here. So my family is waiting for me to finish so they can come home. So I think it's about time for us all to wrap it up anyway. So guys, do you have any final thoughts before we sign off for the day?
This was a blast, guys. I had fun. I'm talking to Chuck and Mark now, but I'm talking to you guys. Thanks for showing up. We might do this again in the future.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
we're these are a little easier to do because they're not as mass produced, and we have to be kind of flexible with our guests for some of the other ones. But this is a lot of fun. It was great to engage with y'all live, and maybe we'll do another one of these again soon, and we'll intersperse them with the pre-recorded ones. But Mark, how about you?
Well, I'm just hoping that we can get David One or Danny Taylor to donate 149,000 cars because he's got a 150. So if we can get him down to 1,000, then we can bypass our goal and blow right past it. So no, but everybody, I just encourage everybody to donate, whatever they can. And if you cannot donate, share. You've got YouTube, you got Instagram, you got just share.
Yep.
And there'll be other people that can't afford to give if you can't. And that's just as valuable as not giving, just sharing the news. And, we're all excited to see what the final tally is. And, just gives me goosebumps just thinking about it, you know. So it's a pretty amazing thing.
Shout out to Wade. Nice to see you back here, Wade. Wade, supporter from early on, before the show. But yeah, again, everyone, that's Hot Wheels, the number 4 hope.org. And again, there it is. And there's the email address. All the info that you need to know is there. We'll make sure that we link to it as well. But yeah, thank you, everyone. This was an absolute blast. We'll have to do this again soon. Really, love this community, love the people. And it's good to be back. There's going to be a lot more great stuff from us soon. So, as always, we want to thank you for coming along with us for the ride.
Thank
so,
you
until
so
next
much.
time, stay fresh, cheese bags.
See you guys.
See ya.